Hump day checking, middle of the week we slide. Got James, got Dan, yeah, we all going live. Hey. Clock hits late, I'm off that grind. Laptop open, I'm right on time. Chat go crazy, names offline. Hump Day Happy Hour, crew aligning. James with the jokes, Dan with the facts. Tabs in a stack, keep the topic on track. I'm in the comments like run that back. New toy on the desk, let's unpack. I'm joining James and Dan tonight. Hump Day Happy Hour, feeling right. Talking about that mod and Morse. CW flow, we on course. Aaron got that key, so clean. Click so smooth, crisp and mean. Come hang out, don't miss this stream. Hump Day Happy Hour. Yeah. Cam light on, see the shine on the brass. Close up shot, every mark, every scratch. Aaron in the chat, dropping tips real fast. From the first short did to the long drawn dash. James break it down how to throw field. Dan take notes like okay, that's real. I'm screenshot saving every angle I see. Think I need one, add it straight to my. I'm joining James and Dan tonight. Hump Day Happy Hour, feeling right. Talking about that mod and Morse. CW flow, we on course. Aaron got that key, so clean. Click so smooth, crisp and mean. Come hang out, don't miss this stream. Hump Day Happy Hour. Yeah. Cam light on, see the shine on the brass. Close up shot, every mark, every scratch. Aaron in the chat, dropping tips real fast. From the first short did to the long drawn dash. James break it down how to throw field. Dan take notes like okay, that's real. I'm screenshot saving every angle I see. Think I need one, add it straight to my. I'm joining James and Dan tonight. Hump Day Happy Hour, feeling right. Talking about that mod and Morse. CW flow, we on course. Aaron got that key, so clean. Click so smooth, crisp and mean. Come hang out, don't miss this dream. Hump Day Happy Hour dream. Midweek slump, we flip that script. Raise that mug, let the vibe uplift. From the shack to the couch, same team. See you all inside the stream. I'm joining James and Dan tonight. Hump Day Happy Hour, feeling right. Talking about that mod and Morse. CW flow, we on course. Aaron got that key, so clean. Click so smooth, crisp and mean. Come hang out, don't miss this stream. Hump Day Happy Hour dream.
What is up, Ham Radio? Kilo Echo 8, Papa Zulu November, the Ham Radio Adventure Guy. Thanks for stopping by. Your one stop for everything Adventure Radio. It is Hump Day. Time for the Hump Day Happy Hour. We got a great stream tonight. We've already had a great before stream. If you guys just could have seen the action going on during that intro, I'm just telling you. It's great. Me and Dan's going to have to argue right here in a minute. But before we do that, we're going to say, shout out to all you guys who are Patreons. You guys are absolutely awesome. I love each and every one of you guys. And I tell you what, there's nothing I wouldn't do for you guys. Also, shout out to the YouTube members. Equally important, green in the chat or blue if they are moderators. And the ever-changing board, we did have a few changes. Whiskey 1, Whiskey Charlie breaking into the top 5. And Ronnie and Michael moving up one spot. Michael, Alpha Delta 8 Kilo Bravo, moving back a few. But other than that, we rocking and rolling. Dan, before your intro,
go.
I just got to say, there's something wrong with that song.
But I give the dance a 9.5 out of 10.
Oh, I'll give the dance a 10.5.
Yes.
But it said James with the jokes and Dan with the facts. We all know that I would never say something that's not a fact. Come on.
You know, that's true. That's true.
Mean, everything I've ever said about Terry has been 100% from my heart.
What is up, everybody? It is Hump Day, episode 235. We are here with Aaron from Modern Morse. Give him some love. ModernMorse.com. Go check out the website and order you a key. They're beautiful. I got 2 of them now because, you know, he's a crack dealer like that. And I like crack. Let's run down the list, see who is here so far. Wendy's here, KQ4MYU. Howdy, howdy. Alpha Echo 4 X-Ray Oscar. That's our buddy Ron Chris over at Georgia Parks and Propagation. What's going on, buddy? Daryl, Kilo Oscar 4 Sierra X-Ray Hotel. How you doing? John from West by God, Virginia. Kilo 8 November, India, Victor. Michael and Mary up in Murphy, KE4 EST, and Kilo 4 Alpha. Good to have y'all here tonight. Eric, what's up, buddy? And 9KDB from Asagi, Indianapolis. KR4JGD, what's up, buddy? Good to have you in here. Gene McPhee from Killeen, Texas, and 3X US. Kent, Kilo 9 Alpha Echo Echo, always good to see you, buddy. Jason KQ4 GPT, good evening to you. Mike 88KB, what's up, buddy? Happy hump day to Doug, KE4PLU. There's Ronnie, Kilo Oscar 4. Zulu Romeo X-Ray is here. Scrolling on down. Dennis, what's going on, buddy? Alpha Delta 9 Whiskey. Mike. See you. Patrick Sacco, KY4 Alpha X-Ray. Sacco. You'll never live that down. I love it. Reed AB8AS. What is going on? Brent November 4 Bravo Delta Whiskey. He says it's hump day. That's right. Toby's here. Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta. Martini's here. That's Whiskey Delta 4 Juliet. Mike, what's up? Mobile Tech, Kilo 7 Zulu, Foxtrot, India. NC Old Man Overload, Wasabi. That's our buddy Turd in the Pileup. And for TRD. What is up, man? Captain Wrong Way, WB7VEQ. AC4HI, Alan. What's up, buddy? He says, I just watched for your bumper music. That's right, buddy. We try to come up with some good stuff. Kenny Adams, what's up? Kilo Charlie 5, Mike Juliet. Echo. What's up, man? Hello to you, Potaholic. Zach, K4 Zulu, Sierra Romeo is here. KE6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham, our extra by April, who was getting it done. Good to see you. Outside of Philly is in the house, KD3 Alpha Charlie. What's up? Hey, there's Terry. We were just talking about. He's like Beetlejuice. Say his name 3 times. He's going to show up. Kilo 8. Go
back. I think he says his name 3 times just to show up.
I think he does too. YL Emergency Communications. What's up? LMC in San Marcos, Texas. Kilo India 5 Whiskey Echo Pampa. He says, I was your first POTA contact SSB. Now you're hunting seat. Dude, that is awesome.
That is great. But I as a public service announcement, I do have to let you know that just because Dan was your first contact does not make you a POTA hunter.
Oh, he's a real hunter. He's in my log.
You're not a true hunter until you're in my log. And you can ask our guest that. He found this out as well.
Absolutely.
Welcome to POTA. And welcome, Aaron. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, can you guys hear me okay? Am I frozen still?
What?
I'm good?
Dude?
Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah, you sound great. What's going on, buddy?
I had this weird look. Like I was like, yeah, thanks for having me. It is Wednesday. Usually I do physical therapy today, but I played hooky so I could be here for this.
Nice.
So it's fun. Plus, my joints can take a day off from getting ripped apart by Dr. Julie. So she does a great job. Yeah. Let's see. Where have I been at? So we hung out at Hamcation, and then I have been wildly busy with sales and trying to get stuff made, and specifically work on some development for some new products to have ready for Dayton. So that's been consuming my life. Like
busy with sales is a good problem to have, though.
Yeah, it's been wild, especially now that I have the pre-order system set up to where you're not having to pay in full. You just pay a small price to get your name on the list, and then I'm making them and shipping them as I go. So that has, I think, encouraged more people so that they don't have to wait, 6 months.
Yeah.
Wondering where their money went. So,
and you see behind them, guys, that's where he's making these keys. And as far as I know, you're still a one-man shop, right? For the keys.
Yeah, it's just me. It's me for the most part. I have like KK0U, Jim. He comes in sometimes once every other week and just sits in the conference room and helps me assemble parts. So if you ever get a bad key, I blame Jim.
Oh, of course.
So, yeah, he's really good. Really good operator himself. Good contester. Does a lot of for Missouri, tries to hit a lot of summits, even though Missouri doesn't have a lot of summits. So, but he goes out and does that stuff. So, good friend of mine. So, still a one-man shop for the most part. It's a lonely job, but I see my dad in here. He has an office in the same building, so and he's helping me now with developing one of the new projects that I have that requires a bunch of electronics design because that's what he does for a living. So, yeah.
So,
Awesome stuff. So
The
before
good
we get
thing-
started into the CW world, tell us a little bit about how you got involved in ham radio to start with.
How did I get involved in ham radio? Okay, so let's go all the way back to like 2003, 2004 time frame. I was in the Army and I was in a airborne long range surveillance detachment, a LRSD unit, which is like a 50 miles forward of the forward line of troops sort of reconnaissance type unit, and they were still at the time teaching HF comms to soldiers, right, for those particular jobs, because VHF doesn't reach that far. Satellite was coming online, but I mean, it was already like mainstream there, but they were still teaching us those core skills of doing HF stuff. So I actually, the first time I ever made an HF, what they call commo shot, which is making a QSO, they call them commo shots, was probably when I was 18 years old. So back in 18, 19 years old. And then that kind of shortly after I'd gotten in the unit and got trained on those radios, they were like, okay, we're switching over to satellite and we're going to start using SINGAR's radios. So I didn't touch much HF after that. And then my dad was a ham and he got in, he had a large break and then he got back into it. And so then I decided to get back into it probably 7 years ago now. And so then I tried to, it's a funny story. I tried to surprise my father and I went and studied, took my technician, and I'm sitting in my office one morning, like hitting the refresh button on the FCC website, trying to see what my call sign is going to be. And apparently I'd hit refresh, wasn't paying attention to the screen, and I was doing something at my desk. My dad walks in, looks at the screen, immediately knows what he's looking at and goes, oh, KF0 DMF. Oh, that's a bad call. And walks out of the room.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. And says what he thinks DMF should stand for. And I was like, okay, now I got to like just scoot right to extra and see if I can and get a better call. So then I literally within 30 days, I took technician, general, and then extra. Because most of the science and math I already had from my days in. My screen blinked out again.
You're good.
You're good.
Once.
You're just blinking a little bit. You're good.
Blinking. Yeah. New modem. So I don't know what's going on. New modem in the shop. So the internet service provider decided we needed new equipment. So there might be some crosstalk there. But anyways, so that got me into ham radio. I did the whole technician thing where I just hung out on local repeaters for a while until I lucked out and got a sweet deal on an ICOM 746 Pro. I went to a local CB shop and was just asking if he had like a connector or something. And he's like, you're a ham. I got all this ham stuff in a box I got in an estate. Give me a price. And I was like, all I saw was boxes of books, right, from some estate that he had taken in. And I was like, I'll give you $250 for all the books. He's like, cool. So I picked up 3 boxes, put in my car, got home. There was a radio in the bottom of one of them.
Nice.
And I called the guy and I'm like, hey, there was a radio in there. He's like, I threw it in there. It doesn't work. Well, it worked. So just the sidecar power supply that came with it was bad. So I just went out and bought another power supply. It fired right up. The tuner was a little weird on it. It wouldn't tune right, but started playing around with FT8 very quickly. Had some good mentors from Discord that were showing me how to do stuff. So, and then I got into Parks on the Air, and now I almost exclusively do Parks on the Air. So it's my noise floor at my house is an S9 on any given day. I blame all the LED streetlights. So, but I don't exactly know if that's what it is, but that's what I blame. So I go out and do Parks on the Air. Like within 20 minutes of my shop and my house, there's probably 20 parks. So it's really easy to get to them. So there's no reason not to.
Nice.
I know, right? Yeah, no, it's really nice. Yeah. Like, and that was the thing is my dad and I did a rove last fall, and we did like 4 parks right after the UTC, went home, went to bed, got up early in the morning, and then we hit a whole bunch of other parks. So we got the Cheetah Award. I still have like 2 more logs to fix to upload to that. So something went wrong with one of the logs and I got rejected. So I got to fix that. But then I'll have the cheat award too, which is fun. I'm still nowhere near the POTA King with what was that, like 52 in a day?
Yeah. 51.
51. Okay. I was close. Sorry.
Now here comes but we had time to do probably 60.
Oh, we had time to do 70.
Right? Yeah.
We slept like 5 hours.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you did an early and a late shift at the last park.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you had time.
Yeah.
And I filmed a video during that, and then we did little bit of sightseeing. I mean, listen, Canada is not set up like America. You know, in America, I did a 42 park rove, and I did sleep on that one too, a couple hours, but I didn't go home to sleep. I stayed out there at where I was and kept going. And I had to drive like, I started over in Indiana and came back toward West Virginia to do that rove. So it was pretty intense for that one. That rove was harder than the 51.
Speaking of driving, did you do any driving in Canada?
Yeah, I drove a bunch of Canadian guys crazy because every day when James was working, I was calling them, "Hey, come get me and take me POTA. Hey, come get me, take me POTA."
My first time ever there, I was like, speed limit 100. Hell yeah.
I know. I was about to say the same thing. I was like, oh man. So Canadian Mountie almost got me on that one too. Oh,
so I shot a video in James's truck. We're going down the road. I was like, look, we're doing like 130. And he's like, dude, you can't film that. I'm speeding. And he was speeding up there.
Yeah. Oh,
that's funny. Yeah. So I think my goal for POTA this year, I usually set one big goal for myself, and I want to do what I'm going to call like the POTA Superstation. There's a couple of parks where I can just camp. It's like, good spot up on top of a hill. Usually camping is always like down in valleys in a lot of these parks, but there's a spot it's up on a hill that I can camp at. I'm going to set up the Buddy Hex, set up the Mercury Light Amplifier, and just try and kilo the park. Like sit there and camp for like 3 days and see if I can kilo the park before I leave. So that's my one goal. Kilo in one sitting. That'd be fun.
That'll be awesome. I'll drop the link again to modernmorris.com in the chat. Go check him out. He has a pre-order system now that he was just talking about. $15. That's all it takes to reserve your place to get you an awesomely handcrafted with love key by Aaron.
And that's a lot better. See, I can put down $15 on something and then wait on it because I didn't, like it's just like Elecraft. They're great radios, but I'm not going to drop, $1,800 and wait on it for 4 months. You know what I'm saying? I just can't do it. So,
well, that came from feedback from customers. Like, so don't say I don't listen. I was trying to come up with a better method. Everyone was asking for a wait list. I think when Dan ordered initially, I had like a spreadsheet, and that was so hard to keep track of. Because I'd have like one key done before another. I'd ship it to them, but those two guys were friends, and the other guy would send me an email. Why did he get his first? And I was like, okay, like as being a pseudo IT guy, right? By happenstance, I went to school for that. I'm not doing it. I was like, I need more automation. So I found a nice plugin that works with Shopify, which is the back end for the website. I highly recommend them. Not sponsored. That allows me to do that system where it'll capture the credit card information, charges you the $15, and then it creates the order. Then I can follow that order flow through my shop because I'll print the order out and I'll know what to make, when to assemble it, in what order, and then get it done. If I can get rid of spreadsheets for everyone, I would. So
I want to say too that one of the first batches to order was from James's Discord, and I was in that bunch. It was about the time too you may have been going through a change in your support email, your help email, going from your personal email over to your company email. That was an adjustment period too. So.
Yeah, I had like Aaron makes keys at gmail.com. And then we actually switched to a branded one, support@modmorse.com. And then I had a another ham working remote for me that does customer service for a living, and so he was managing a lot for that. Because I'm a soft little heart, and sometimes I would get like, I want to say yes to everyone and please everyone. So when somebody would ask me a question, they'd be like, "Oh, can you like, tie a bow around it and blah, blah, whatever, right? Whatever the request was, deliver to me upside down and only delivered on Wednesday." Whatever the request was, I would be like, "Yeah, sure, I can do that," and then I would fall flat on my face with that. So he was kind of acting as a really good buffer for that. Evan was really good at that. So, and then Evan is really good at what he does, and his boss at his main job noticed it as well. So he got promoted and didn't have time for me. So I'm back to doing the emails again. But now I know how to.
That's why I've got one coming with a built-in panini maker on it, guys.
That's right.
You like paninis, huh? You're a panini
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it. Little smoked turkey, Swiss cheese. Yeah.
So you got into ham radio. What made you decide? Okay, I'm going to go old school and I'm going to do this CW thing.
Pure parental shame. Yeah, my dad was like, "Oh, you're a no-code extra." Okay, yeah. Back in my day, I had to learn CW, and so I was like, "All right, got it. Okay, yep." And so I got into that, and I was like, "I'm going to learn Morse code." And then I was like, I'm one of those like panic buyers, right? So I was like, today I'm learning Morse code. By the end of today, I will have it, but I don't have a key. How do I solve this? Checkbox 1. And I just start scouring the internet, and I'm looking for stuff. I ordered like 6 or 7 different keys, had them all shipped to me. And then the next day, I'm still waiting, right, for this one of these keys to show up. And I see this one guy like recommends, I think it was Kyle A0Z. I'd seen a video where he'd shown this N0SA key, right? Bet that got the team up again. Yeah. Well played. Yeah. Oh man. So I saw the little N0SA key, and I like emailed the guy. His name's Larry, and I emailed him, and I was all polite, like, "Hey, can you grace me, with the presence of one of your keys? How much would it cost? Yada yada yada." And he's like, "I've got one left, and I'm not making it." Larry does this all the time. He's like, he'll do a batch, and he's like, "I'm not making them ever again."
Yeah.
And then 6 months later, he decides he wants a new radio and makes another batch. Right? I love him.
I want one of his keys so bad, just because of that. Because
I have a collection of them now. I probably have 6 of them. So, because we swap. Because I found out in it, like, I email him, and he comes back, and he's like, "Hey, just cash, bring it to my house." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "Yeah, I live like 30 minutes from you." And I was like, I didn't even make the connection. And so I hopped in the car that day, drove down there, went to his house. He showed me his shop, showed me his beautiful cabinet with some of the most gorgeous hand-built keys he's ever made. Because he makes a lot of bugs and stuff like that too. And so made friends with Larry, and then I emailed him a couple of weeks later, and I was like, I kind of want to make my own. I got a machine shop. I want to make my own, right? I'm going to try this. And so he sat down with me, and he gave me all of the do's and don'ts of what people are looking for, what sort of bearings you really want to use. And that relationship has grown to the point where now there's things that I've done on some of my projects that he has adapted to put into some of his keys. So I love that. That's great. So having a good mentor like that was awesome. So decided to learn CW. I got into the key business. I never thought I'd sell more than 10. I was just wanting to make my own. Just make my own. That was mine. So when I showed up in the field, someone saw it, they'd be like, "Ooh, that's cool." And then somebody else saw one. A local guy wanted one. He showed it to somebody else. He showed it to somebody else, yada, yada, yada. And then 3 years later, I'm now going to Hamfests and having people at the POTA tent be like, "Is that Aaron?" So, which is disconcerting sometimes.
Right.
So it's happened. Yeah. So unintentional. So with the machine shop, I had to fire most of my day customers just so I had time to make keys in the shop. So I can start doing that. And then I upgraded the production, went to a pallet system so I can make more at a time. And I even do everything I do in-house. So I buy the bearings. So bearings and the stainless steel hardware, that's all bought. Any of the other parts, I mean, down to like I don't know if you can even see, even down to the little isolator there. I machined that out of micarta, right? We even assemble the PCBs in house. We have a whole surface mount PCB assembly line in the shop, so we can do all of that. So, which drove a lot of the design. A lot of it was, if I can make it, I'm going to do it myself, right? And so I had feedback. The original design I had didn't have a window on it, and then I think it was Mike, N8YO. He'd seen one of the prototypes at because I brought a prototype with me to Huntsville years ago, and it was like still just in pieces. It wasn't even fully assembled. And he was like, "You need to put a window on the top so everyone can see all the cool stuff on the inside." So, ooh, yeah.
Hold on, I'll go get my Bamatech. I'll give you a side by side.
Yes.
Give me a second.
Bamatech
Rest
was
in peace,
they're
Bamatech.
absolutely great CW keys. I use one daily. So
I have one of the TP2s in my office. That was in my I like it a lot. The one thing that I changed in mine versus like what they do is that they set the distance for the contacts by just putting a preload spacer on it. So basically, as you want the contacts to get closer, right, the amount of throw there is, it just moves the arms closer together. Which I wanted to be able to keep the arms always parallel and at the same distance every single time, and then just change the contacts separately.
yeah, I have the TP3 is the one I got.
Yeah, the TP3 is nice. I would really hope. I've sent an email out. I haven't gotten a response. I was really hoping that somebody would like pick up the IP and keep making those. So, but that would be cool.
It would be nice because I mean they really were great. So.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh man, he's got his own "Be Right Back" button. I don't have that. I just have to turn the screen off.
Now. I had to go all the way out into the other room off the garage. I'm out of breath, man. I'm not shake my hand bod.
So me and Dan, we share the same streaming stuff, and he always has a pre-made like a video where you can go ahead and click in and go in the studio, and I can't tell you how many times I've clicked on his studio getting ready to make a video or something, and then I'll see his "Be Right Back" thing, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, oh shit, I'm not in my studio, I'm in his.
All right, let's see if I can get these where you can see them here. All right, the Bamatech is the red one. The OG, here, let me embiggen me. It might be the easiest way to do it to answer your question here. Oh, hello. All right. The Bamatech is on your right, and the OG Modern Morse is going to be the orange one there. I did replace the finger pieces on the Modern Morse. Those aren't what comes backwards on my camera. Those aren't the finger pieces that come with them. They come with some, I believe are those finger pieces, are they aluminum or stainless, Aaron?
Yep, they're 6061 aluminum.
Okay. But I replaced them with some 3D printed ones that I make just because my fingers get cold for some reason on the aluminum. But there's you a side-by-side for the Bamatech. They're both great sending keys. I'm not going to knock a Bamatech by any means. They're both awesome side-by-side. You need some more detailed pictures. I can. Yeah, all right. So the orange one was the OG one that I bought. This one. When he first came out with them. And I just got this one in Orlando this year when the crack dealer came by the POTA tent.
That was not intentional, by the way.
No, it was not. I was not in the market for one either, but I said, what's your Hamfests price? And you came out with a price. I'm not going to tell people what it was. And I said, take my money.
Yeah.
Well,
I only brought 12 with me because I wasn't showing. I didn't have a booth for the show. I was going down to Hamcation just to visit friends and basically scope it out and see if I wanted to get a booth for next year. I'm glad I did because I got a fantastic booth spot in the main building, right in the main thoroughfare, right on a corner. I glad I went.
Oh,
skate.
So it's funny because the night before, I was talking there and I was telling him, the original night that we sold 5 out of Discord while we were sitting in there talking about it. And I was like, you just gotta have me around, and you're gonna sell keys. So the next day he comes over and says hi to me, and he sells those last 2 right there while he's talking to me. I was like, see there, I told you, I'm good luck. And then I know you've already sold 1 in the chat tonight. So,
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. I love that black and yellow. That's a color combination I haven't seen before, which is one of the reasons I'm kind of glad this was the last one you had in your pocket, so to speak. So
Yeah. I
I
don't
kind
even
of
know if I
left
have
that
those.
on that
I
one.
don't think. Do I have black and yellow on the website? I don't think so. That
No,
was one.
you don't.
he
This one-
did
I literally
have a trench coat and everything, man.
This one says special number 4 on the back of it.
Oh yeah. That was so I could tell which ones I sold at. I took with me. Yeah, I literally have bins full of like different colored Cerakote tops and stuff.
Nice.
So, like this one's called Prison Pink. I didn't pick the name of that color. That was something that Cerakote, the company I use for the
Right.
thin film ceramic coating, they're the ones that choose that. So,
But if you are a Patreon and you come in after chat tonight, we will probably talk about Prison Pink just because of the stream now.
fair enough.
The
Fair
POTA
enough.
activator wants to know what's the case made of. I'll go ahead and tell you it's 6061 aluminum for the body arms and the finger pieces when you get them. The pictures that I just showed you of mine, the aluminum finger pieces I took off for 3D printed finger pieces. That's just a personal preference. The aluminum ones, they still work phenomenal. They still feel great. And any other details about it, I'll let the man who makes them tell you about them.
See, I like
Actually-
go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay.
I like aluminum better. I like aluminum better. Oh, I give up. I like aluminum better myself.
Yeah, just
I like
personal.
the aluminum too. That's just that fits my fancy on that. But I do have my Carta finger pieces that I'm going to list on the website. There's just they're already made. I probably have 50 sets made.
Nice.
My Carta is it's the linen resin. It's almost like G10, and it gets used a lot in the knife industry for like the scales. So I machined a bunch out of that. I like that material a lot. That or Rich Light is another great material. So actually, the ones that I sent to Bouvet Island with 2 of the operators, they have the micarta finger pieces on them because they said it was going to be cold. So I'll put those as an upgrade path.
Do they have the serial number of Bouvet 001 on the back of them?
It says Bouvet number 1 and Bouvet number 2.
That is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, and they're being really tight-lipped with social media and pictures. Occasionally, like you might get a DM and something might squeeze out. But I did get a picture of one of the operators on the boat doing a satellite contact on a CW satellite, and he was using one of my keys, and I was like,
that's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
So now they've been maritime mobile on satellite. So speaking of which, I this was actually sitting out front when I went up front to lock the front door. I got a box from Gigaparts with stuff that to make James jealous.
Ooh.
So when you're ready, I'll crack it open and see if it and we'll see if it is what I think it is.
Well,
So.
you know that I'm jealous that somebody was using one of your keys doing CW on the satellites, because I've yet to make it to do a CW on there, and that's happening very soon for me, and I can't wait. So, and Wendy, yes, we do have a way of costing people money, but that's because that guy over there, between him and Ham Radio Crash Course, anytime I go to a show, one of them costs me money. So
this is what I say about CW, and I was just like you, Aaron. I was purposely no code tech because I did not want to learn it. I hated it. I had no reason whatsoever to learn Morse code. I thought it was a antiquated language, so to speak, and it's going to die. This was back in the late 90s when I got my ticket. Went through, I was a technician, not a Tech Plus, because a Tech Plus, you needed the code back then. And I got my general in 2022 and my extra last year. So I'm a no-code extra, just like a lot of people. And now I love Morse code. I think it's an excellent mode of communication. I just didn't want to learn it back when I was a teenager. That's all it was. I was stubborn, I guess. So,
I'm glad they got rid of the requirement for it. That felt a little gatekeepy at some point.
Yeah.
But there's no shortage of people getting into the hobby, especially on the Morse code side. It's fantastic, especially now with all the portable programs out there, POTA and SOTA. That kind of, it's conducive to doing Morse code, especially when you're trying to hit a bunch of parks real fast, or you're just trying to get in and out. You can usually make a CW activation a lot faster with smaller equipment.
Yeah, and I've always, and Wendy, I've always said too about Morse code. There's two lines of thinking here if you're going to learn code and you want to be serious about it. One is get you a cheap key, and by cheap I mean cost wise, not operation wise. Because CW Morse, they make very good operation wise keys, but they're cheaper in price. That's what I mean by cheap.
Yeah.
Get you a CW Morse key if you want to go that route. Me personally, I got more motivation by getting expensive keys. Yes, I store my keys in like Altoids tins and stuff. Get expensive keys. I got this is a desk weight, but I got a very nice Begali key that's not cheap at all. This is a good, pretty good hunk of change sitting on my desk. But this motivated me I want to use what I paid for. So now I'm gonna bust my tail and learn CW.
Yeah, so same. I really invested in CW. Well, I invested pretty much after my first time doing it, but I really invested after I got my first Begali.
Yeah.
So I mean, it just kept me going really hardcore to it. But Wendy says that we're enablers. And speaking of enabling in CW, I'm proud to say that after I started CW, I'm responsible for the last count I had was over 60 people who have learned CW because I started doing CW.
I'd say at least.
The last count, I stopped counting at 60. The next level is to get a modern Morse key into Chief Logan. That is a rare place,
Yeah.
Somebody put a picture out, and they wasn't supposed to put that picture out. Yes, I do have gates on the front entrance and back entrance of it now. You can't get into it while I'm gone. But also with enabling, this guy over here, I'm gonna spill the beans on him. I heard he made his first satellite contact last night.
I did actually. I was just going to listen. James said, I kind of threw him for a loop. I wish the audio recording is good because I just want you to record it because like sometimes when people ask you a dumb question during a sideband pile up, you kind of lose your train of thought, and sometimes it trips you up if it's a good enough question.
It's good enough. It's good enough that I can put out a short of that regardless.
Yes,
of me stumbling. Yeah,
he was not expecting me whatsoever because I said I was going to listen first and get the lay of the land. And I did. I listened up to when the satellite was about 30, 35 degrees and I got the hang of it. That's all I needed to hear. I mean, I'm a really quick learner, and I called James and he replied to me, but he was not expecting to hear me.
I was, and I fumbled my grid. I fumbled my grid on him.
I had him a little tongue twisted.
So Bill says, big change since you told me you couldn't do CW.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that. So I'm deaf in one ear, and I didn't think I would be able to do CW. But when I say I'm deaf, I'm 99.8% deaf. I can hear extremely high sounds. So that ear kind of can pick up the really highs in CW, and then the other ear picks up everything else. So it does kind of help me. But yeah, I did go from. I look at some of the old videos of me sending CW, and then some of them of me doing it now, and it's a world of difference. I'm still not good. I don't think I'm good, but there's other people who disagree with me. So
I don't think anybody in CW really. I mean, unless you're like egotistical, you wouldn't consider yourself good. So take our buddy Bill there, for instance, right?
He knows he's good,
well,
and
yeah.
I know everybody knows he's good.
But he's been doing it for years and years and years and years and years. But Bill, correct me if I'm wrong, you're always learning something about it. Whether you're learning the way some particular person sends or, just something you're always learning, even though you're really adept at what you do. So I don't think you would call yourself a CW god, but I think you would say you're adept at it. The rest of us would call you a CW god, but I don't think you'd classify yourself as one. But I would say you're very adept at it, and I think you agree with that.
Dude, I pulled up to him in a park. He rolls down his window and starts having a conversation with me. Never stops his CW activation the whole time. Constantly just sits and works people and listens to them and works them while he's talking to me.
Yeah.
And like it was nothing. And, you know, I can probably do that as far as pulling the calls in, which most people say they couldn't do. But I have to hear myself send.
Yeah.
If I don't hear myself send, I will wig out and start sending crazy.
Oh, yeah. If anybody has any questions for Aaron over at Modern Morse, drop them in the chat. We got about 20 more minutes. I'm sure he'd love to field some questions there. Like I said, you can see in the background where he makes his keys. And one-man shop still. So they're made with love, every single one of them. And
look what I just got in the mail.
Ooh. Nice.
I have one of those. I
Yeah.
have one of those. Is that what you were going to make? Is that what you were going to make me jealous with?
Yeah, well, yeah, but hold on. This is heavy.
Uh-oh. A G50. Oh, is that the azimuth elevation?
Now I'm jealous.
Yeah, you're jealous.
Now I'm jealous.
This is heavy, but this is going to be for the portable setup.
That's what I'm doing too. That is exactly what I'm doing for the portable setup.
James is getting excited now. Wait a minute. Here, hold on.
I got to see what the mounting hardware is for the bottom of it.
Let me let you two just have your moment here. All right. Yeah.
So,
sorry if the camera shakes. I had to stand up.
We get a live unboxing here. I love this.
I know. I want to see. I'm really curious because I'm going to have to design and machine my own. How are you going to mount yours, James? That's my question for you.
He's going to have you. He's going to have you machine him a mount.
My plan is to get like one of those really heavy duty speaker mounts, like for a concert, and mount it up on that with the pole across and two on one on each side.
See, our buddy Bill down there, the CW god that we'll call him, but he'll never call himself. He said, "Look out for his order tonight from Bill in Florida." Okay. And
fantastic.
Brent wants to know how much is just a basic model key.
None of them are basic.
They're all.
I was going to say they're all. Yeah. There is no basic or there is no advanced really. They're all pretty much the same. Although, if you wanted really extraordinary, I could probably talk Mr. Sacco, who's in the chat, Brent, to sending Aaron one of the socks to actually mail you the key in the sock if you wanted to pay extra for that.
There it is.
What's up with the what's the sock?
Okay, okay. Let me explain this to you. We got time while you unbox that. I'll go over it quick.
But before we do that, I just want to say this right here. All right. Oops. Come on.
Ordered.
You just got CW Vegan ordering your key now.
Oh man.
It better live up to the name because this guy he'll run it like 92 words a minute.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a portable handheld key. Like
I've actually tried to trip Bill up, and I've set my auto keyer on like 45 and hit my button, and it sounds like somebody fired a Dillon machine gun over the radio, and he'll call me right back. He just never skipped a beat. It's crazy.
You want a great CW story? So Whiskey for India Papa Charlie, Connor. He caught a flight out here to Missouri 2 years ago for the Missouri QSO party because I want to. Do we get a discount for ordering during the stream? Ooh,
or maybe one for the next couple of days anyway. I mean, that'd be cool.
I would have to figure out. I would have to log in and figure out how to make a discount code.
We'll figure that out.
I'll see what I can come up with. Tell you what, if you order tonight, and you put in the order notes, or you send me an email with your order number, and that it was from the stream, I'll engrave your call sign for free into it.
There we go.
How about that? Does that work?
There you go.
So Bill, make sure and send him an email with your order number so you can get your call sign engraved.
Just so everybody hears that again, if you order tonight on the stream, send Aaron an email with your order number, and he will engrave your name or call sign, or I guess you can engrave Sacco on it if you really wanted to.
Thing you want on it, as long as it's remotely. Somebody asked me to put this weird meme on one time, and I was like, I don't even know what this meme means, so no.
That is awesome.
I got some Canadians that might want truffle butter put on theirs.
That would be funny. I'd do that. You can use truffle butter for the lube for the bearings, right?
There you go.
So Connor, I put Connor in the back of my Sequoia, my old 2002 Sequoia. We had a big antenna run off the back. Hold on, I'm getting stuffed up from the allergies. And we're driving down the road, and this is a case study in what not to do. But it got dark. We're doing mobile, so we're just trying to hit 19 counties in 24 hours, right? For the QSO party, and he's sending CW in the back. He's got this radio, like we had it like strapped down to the middle row seats. He's sitting in the third row, and he's just a phenom. He can send and receive at 50 words per minute, right? He's just making contacts. It finally gets dark. I turn the headlights on the Sequoia. We're going down the highway, and when he starts transmitting, my headlights start blinking in Morse code.
That's great.
And I was like, "We got a grounding problem, boys." Houston, we have a problem, and we basically had to on the side of the road try and fix a grounding strap running to the back. So we got it almost working where the headlights weren't blinking as bad, but then what ended up happening is it moved to the fan. So when he was sending CW, because I couldn't hear it because he had headphones on, I knew when he was transmitting because the air conditioning system would fluctuate. So I have received CW by air conditioning.
Oh, that's great.
So that's a thing. So I got the controller. This is actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be.
Oh yeah.
So it's probably going to go in a box because you
do
need this.
The undisputed queen of POTA hunting, Alpha Delta 2 Charlie Delta, Toby, ordered her key in February. And she wants to know, will you do that for her order? Because she's a loyal watcher of the stream as well.
How about this?
Ooh, another deal.
You have to, when you send the email, the secret message will be, I know the POTA King. How about that?
There you go.
The POTA King sent me. We'll make
the
that
POTA
the
King
password.
sent you. That's right. Put that in the email.
And while you're there, since the POTA King is sending you, get that box with that rotor and bring it back with you.
Oh my gosh. So that's the center rotator unit. And it looks like M10. I'll have to look at the manual. Since it's Japanese, it's probably metric. That's either that looks more like M8, M10. There's 4 threads on there. So what I plan on doing is basically making an aluminum plate that this will bolt onto, and that aluminum plate will go onto one of those surveyor tripods. Have you seen those? You can buy them on Amazon for $60. They're all aluminum tripod. You can adjust them. So I'm going to make an adapter plate that goes from whatever the M12 thread is on that to hold this on. And then I'll be able to just pull this out of the back of the Sequoia and have this all set up. And then, James, I'm trying to figure out for the actual booms, like how many elements are you going to use? Are you just going to use like an arrow or an elk, or are you going to try and use like one of the M2 like 12 element units?
My first thoughts are, well, I'm going to get when I get the rotors, I'm going to get it set up, and I'm going to have 2 arrows just to get me started, and then I'm going to spend the additional money on the antennas a little later, because you yourself know that the rotor's not cheap. You know.
No, this was like $600. So
wait, you got it for 6?
I think it was 6 something. Yeah, I got this on. Am I allowed to mention other YouTube channels on here? Is that okay? Is that what
go ahead.
What was it? Hammer Jason's stream when they did the whole like with Giga parts.
Oh, okay.
Ham Radio 2.0.
Make me a deal. Okay.
Make me a deal. So I got this for like here. I wonder if the price is on the receipt that was in the box. It's not, but it was like 6 something. I did the make a deal for it, and I had to wait 2 months for it to come in stock. But so that's why it just came in today. But yeah, I am. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I don't know if I'm sidetracking the stream, but you can't stop me.
Do you know anybody that can fabricate that plate for you? Or
yeah, right. I'll be doing it. Yeah, exactly. I got. I don't know if you guys can. Here, I'll try and turn the.
There's some nice machines you got behind you there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got the VF3 over there, and then on the other side I have another. I have messed the camera up. The stream is now over. And so I have a VF3 over here, and then right behind. Oh, and the screen disappeared.
No, you're good. You're good.
The NSA saw me.
Just looking at his background gives me flashbacks of metal shavings in my toes, of me pulling them out every night.
Oh yeah, I have bins of material back here that it's pretty crazy. So, and then I have a couple other pallets, like this one.
What's up, Whiskey 4?
That pallet. Yeah, I could just mount that right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got plenty of material to use.
Yeah, I used to come home every night because I used to make the interior parts for mowing faucets.
Here's a question. I'm sorry. Go ahead, James. I
would have brass shavings down in my shoes because, like you, I wore shorts everywhere, and I would have, I'm machining in steel toes and shorts, and I'd have a whole boot full of brass shavings down in there. I'd have to pick out of my toes every night.
Just something I've always been just personally curious of. I'm sure on the inside of your machines you have a lot of aluminum chips that you collect. What do you do with those? Do they get melted down and recycled back into bar or what?
Yeah. So essentially, I don't melt them down.
Yeah,
but you have these things called like Gaylords, like the big, like bags essentially that'll hold several hundred pounds of chips each, and I have probably 12 right now stacked up in the back, waiting to get picked up by a recycler. I can hold on to it for a while because the price changes. It'll go from like 6 cents a pound up to like 70 cents a pound. So, oh no, something dropped. Oh, the mount. This mount I'm probably not going to use. So, anyways,
send that one to James.
Yeah, exactly. James, how about this? Hold off on the rotator. I'll build this one. I'll make a handful of POTA contacts with it. I'll get tired of it, and I'll just send it to you. Right?
There you go.
Let's say you get most of the deals is from somebody that bought into a hobby they didn't want to do anymore.
I'm gonna find out what linear birds he's doing and stuff, and I'm gonna get on there and I'm gonna work him with my call, the club call, the other club call.
That'd be great.
Oh yeah.
He go like, I just keep getting the same 3 people over and over and over again.
Oh, I don't mind. So the goal is I got the 9700 first. I got a good deal from a guy in Indiana on it. He bought it just to talk to people on repeaters locally. And then finally decided he could use a smaller radio to do that. So he sold it to me for a good deal. And then if I'm going to get into something, I go in all the way. So Jason just bought one. Awesome. That's great. I feel like I'm on QVC right now. In the next 30 seconds.
We should do like a 2 a.m. stream, and say, hey, today we have modern Morse. But you have to do it in that QVC voice where you're tired and you're very suggestive.
Start singing that really sad song, In the Arms of a Stranger, like we're trying to get donations for animals or something.
There you go.
Can you do
25 for 25 cents a day? Even you can buy a CW key.
Anyway,
if I missed your question for Aaron in the chat, throw it back in there. I apologize. We got about 5 minutes ish left.
Don't worry, Jason. Wendy will never find out you ordered one.
Oh, she'll never figure it out. We won't tell her. We won't tell her.
And I will tell you what. So Wendy, you've seen some of the dance moves on TikTok from me. You ought to seen Aaron before stream while that music was playing. It was stellar.
That song, I literally got about 30 seconds into the song, and then I heard like, Modern Morse in the lyrics, and I was like, what is this? I was like he made a custom song just for the stream. I feel like I need to dance for that.
You know what? You were actually the first guest that has had a song.
You are.
Oh, really? I'm the
You are.
first.
The first individual guest.
Yeah, first
That's had a
individual
song.
guest.
Yeah.
There's other
Okay.
people that we've made songs about and stuff, but the first individual guest that's had their own song. So,
Well, I weigh about as much as 2 grown men, so we're good. So pound for pound, I'm worth every penny.
But you know, he did lead the happy birthday song to me at Hamfests. So
I did.
Yeah, that was. I wasn't gonna let that go. I'm glad everyone else joined in.
Yeah, that was a treat.
So that we couldn't let that slide. You can't slip it to me that it's your birthday by UTC time, and you know.
Oh, you know, Michael, you're right. I never did tell the sock story. I got kind of sock tracked by Modern Morris keys. But all right, so just real quick, we're all out at where were we? Egan Lockhatchee Sand Hills in Florida. We were activating, and James, me, Sacco, and a bunch of others, and we're doing the 2 meter park to parks after we went QRT. And it's pitch black dark out there. I mean, you can barely see your hand in front of your face if it wasn't for a couple of street lights and the glow off of the laptop screens and stuff like that. So they're passing around a radio doing 2 meter park to parks, a handheld. You're passing around 2 handhelds, and Patrick walks up to me and literally hands me a sock. I didn't know what was in this sock at the time. And the only thing he says to me in the darkness of night when he hands me this sock is, "Don't worry, it's clean." And I'm like, wait a minute. What exactly are you handing me here? Then we come to find out that he puts items inside of socks to protect them in his luggage. Now I'm going to show you this picture, Aaron. And I want you to weigh in on this too. Not only does he,
if somebody hands you this and says, "Don't worry, it's clean."
That's right. Not only does he put his little HTs in socks to protect them when they're inside of his luggage, but he puts like his POTA mast and things inside of his socks to protect them from getting scratches. Now, if a man walks up to you in the dark and hands you a sock, and all he says is, "Don't worry, it's clean," and it looks like this, what are you going to do?
Do a taste test.
You know, I was like, "But don't worry, it's clean."
Those are real friends right there.
We always said, no matter which Hamfest you go to, if you hang around us, there's going to be something that somebody does or somebody says that's going to stick with them for a long time.
I've told people, Hamfest are not Vegas. What happens on a Hamfest stays in shenanigans forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, that's not even the best picture. I got one more before we go. This is the one that I took that night.
Wait, why is there? Okay.
I mean,
is that a little 6?
That's a POTA mast, you know, the Gigaparts POTA mast in there. Okay. But don't worry, Aaron, it's clean. Just saying.
I actually don't think I don't think I have stored things in socks before. So yeah. You know, it happens. Props to that guy. I mean, it's a little
like
bit
of a salmon inside.
All right, guys, we are coming up on the top of the hour. Dan's fixing to drop a bunch of links, as Brent told him. Yeah. And Aaron, what you got coming up, bud?
Coming up soon. I'm going to be on a recording with Ham Radio Workbench sometime this month. I don't know when that comes out. I'm fully expecting that they're going to berate me with technical questions on a level that I will be uncomfortable with, but I'll have to prepare for that. It's like doing oral arguments for to the Supreme Court of Engineers. And after that, I'm just getting ready for Dayton. I already got the Airbnb booked, got the booth. I'll be in building 1 right across from DX Engineering. It'll be hard to miss me. Come by and say hi. We're gonna have some new products. We have a new digital keyer that works with the paddles coming out. I kind of gave them a little back end story about that before the stream, but I won't show anything yet, not until we get closer. I just got prototype stuff right now, but that's going to be a cool product. It's one of those things that I want to make, essentially. So it's like I only make things that I would use, and that's something that I want. So that's why it's coming to market. And yeah, gonna fix the flooding in my basement tonight and tomorrow. Hopefully deal with that. We had a whole bunch of rain, so that's everything else. And hopefully by next month I will deadlift 410 pounds. That's what I'm going for. 410 pounds at the gym. That's my goal for the next 30 days.
So before I ask you what you're going to do, Dan, when you deadlift 410 pounds, if you see a janitor come up in a blue suit with a mop, don't try to pick up his mop.
Don't try and pick up the mop.
That guy, I love that guy, man. He's great. Anyway, Dan, what you got coming up?
I agree that Anatoly is hilarious. But
yes.
Hey, man, Hump Day Happy Hour. Thank you so much, Aaron, for dropping by with us and sharing how you got started and what you do and what you got coming up. Episode 235 of Hump Day Happy Hour is in the books. I've dropped a link to Patreon and to our Discord, where we're going to go over to an after chat, which is a Patreon benefit. I also dropped the links to modernmorse.com, so you can go and order you some beautiful modern Morse keys. James, we can let you know more about the after chat now.
That's right. For myself, I am heading over to the after chat, and it is a Patreon benefit, but don't worry. You can join for free for 7 days and try it out. If after you join, you message myself or Dan in Discord, so we know you did the free trial and can get you in the rooms and stuff and get you the benefits. Most people sign up for that free trial and never message us, and then we notice we have a free member once they're expired, because that's when I get the notification once they expire, and they never got a benefit, so of course they don't stay Patreons. But Patreons is a great place to be, guys. If you do POTA, and first off, if you do POTA and you're not my Discord, you're doing yourself a disjustice.
Right.
But you're really doing a disjustice if you're not on my Patreon, because that self-spotter right there will have you activated faster than you've ever been activated. It's just that simple. But, all right, guys. Thanks a lot, Aaron, for showing up tonight with us. And
thanks for having me.
It's been fun as always. And yes, you did manage to make me jealous. So congratulations. Guys, we'll see you over on After Chat 73.
Yeah.